Jeon mentioned. Jungkook's point of view. I was sitting at the head of a long glass table in the living room of my house, having the secret conversation along with my men. Jimin, but how would we know about Italian exploit? He asked me while face palming. Before I could say a further, a soft yawn of someone so familiar to me echoed through the air. I sat because I knew whom the voice belonged to. I snapped my eyes to the staircase, and my breath hit. Their Vivian was tumbling downstairs in her baby pink pajamas with tiny teddy bear prints. Her long hair was messed up, which meant this kid just now woke up from her beauty sleep and decided to come downstairs to check if I was left for the work or not. Jimin and Taeyong turned their heads to witness the small kid. Jimin, oh Cookie, your wife is so cute, he said, mainly focusing on pajamas and the way she was descending the stairs like a penguin. Taeyong, if you're not okay, we can leave, he said hesitantly looking around. I shook my head. Jungkook, no, that is fine. Let's discuss about our plan. I said to them, but just then Wine walked towards me and plopped on the table with a thud. She looked at Jimin and Taeyong and waved lazily at both of them. She then turned towards me, blinking her cute eyes at me. Wine, I am hungry, she murmured, swinging her legs in the air, her lips forming a little pout. Jungkook, Princess, go upstairs. I will call the chef and order him to make the breakfast for you, okay? I said, but she shook her head. I sat and called the chef. I saw Jimin and Taeyong chuckling to themselves. They were surely making fun of my helplessness. The chef came. Jungkook, you can order him to make whatever you want to eat. I said politely because if I know talk to her coldly, the small kid will start crying, and I can't afford that, not really here in front of my friends. She excitedly clapped her hands. Fine, I will eat pancakes with a lot of chocolate syrup dripping on top of them, waffle, boiled eggs, kimchi, sausages, and bacons, and at the end, fresh juice along with the banana milk. She almost took 20 plus names of the dishes, and I looked at her shocked. Jimin looked at Taeyong, who was as shocked as him. Taeyong, her tummy is not that big. Taeyong, oh come on, Jimin. They whispered to each other. The chef nodded and then left. Jungkook, Princess, who will eat all this? I asked her politely. Ivan, of course me. My tummy is so growling with hunger and I can't eat every dish, like every dish on this planet. Jungkook, okay, no, go upstairs. I will call you once the food gets ready, okay? Wine, no, I won't. What if I go to my room and you and your friends eat all the food and I have to starve again? No, I will not go anywhere. She pouted cutely, crossing her arms. I sighed. Jungkook, okay, then sit on the chair like a good girl. I said coldly and she got a little scared. She stood up from the table and walked to a chair beside me, but suddenly I heard a loud thud. I looked down to see her on the floor. I heard Jimin and Taeyong chuckling to each other. She then sat up on the chair again like nothing happened and also did the same pretending nothing happened. Wine. Oh, mom, my back broke. She said to herself while rubbing her back. I mentally chuckled at her innocence. Jungkook, let's proceed. I was speaking out to Jimin and Taeyong when I felt her tiny hand. I frowned and looked at her, raising my eyebrow in a questioning way. Ryan, I'm getting bored. Can you please give me that paper and pen for drawing? She asked while pointing at my important file. Jungkook, no, I won't. If you are getting bored, you can simply go upstairs and watch the TV or else use your mobile phone. I said in my cold voice, and there she started to cry. Oh God. Jungkook, oh, I'm sorry. See, I don't want to hurt you. I was just suggesting you. Don't cry, please. I said to her, but she started. I called the maid and ordered her to bring the notebook and pen for her. After a few minutes, she came back. I handed her a book, and that small kid stopped crying in an instant. A sigh of relief left my mouth when I saw her drawing with and started to discuss about our mission. After a few minutes, I heard a whistle. I raised my head at her, and she carefully grinned before showing me her drawing. She is terrible in drawing. Well, it was a girl of drawing. So the girl was fine and a boy. Wait, what? He was wearing a grey shirt along with black coat and grey pant, and I was also wearing the same. Jimin, hey, what you draw, Ryan? Won't you show us? He asked her, grinning. Taeyong, why? Why not show us now? We want to check if you are good at drawing or not. They were saying all that to her, so she showed her drawing. She was about to show them her drawing, but I quickly snatched the paper from her hand and tearing it into small pieces, I threw it in the dustbin. Jungkook, go to your bedroom and let us focus on the work, I said. She got flinch. She quickly stood up from the chair and throwing a pen, she ran upstairs to her bedroom. I let out a frustrated sigh while running my hand in my hair. Taeyong, Jungkook, then what should I have done? Jimin, she's your wife, Jungkook, and you know she's sensitive. You should treat her well. He said, and that moment I realized that I should have not behaved like that. She's my responsibility now, and it is my duty to take care of her. Another note, Jungkook is not only, but he is also CEO of the biggest companies in Korea. Jungkook, you guys wait, I'm going to convince her. I said and they both nodded. Arthur's point of view, you were sitting curled up on the bed while training up your wedding photos with him. Why, look at his face. It seems like someone is on his neck. Ha, this picture. It seems he got bankrupt. You were muttering to yourself and making funny and weird faces when you had a knock on your room door. Jungkook, why not please open the door for me? I wanna talk to you, he said while knocking at the door. Wine, huh? Talk of the devil, and he's here. I don't want to talk to you, Mr. Cold, as I'm not fond of getting scolded by you again. Jungkook, I'm sorry for that, Wine, and I promise I won't ever. Please come out now. He said, but you didn't respond. He said he went downstairs as he was getting late for his mission. He left with Taeyong and Jimin. After a while, when you didn't hear the knock on the door, you scattered the torn pieces of photos on the bed so that when Jungkook comes back, he sees them and then he realizes how much angry you were with him. You walked downstairs and your nose expanded as you smelled the delicious breakfast. You walked in the dining room and your eyes brightened up, seeing the table decorated with food. You smiled at her plopping down on the chair with a giggle. Another maid served you the breakfast and you started to eat it like a hungry lion. Wine, yum. Now I feel good. Miss Martha, will you please take this leftover food home? I can't eat much, so you can share it with other staff and you can also take this home. You said, and the maid nodded her head, pointing at you in a thank you gesture. You stood up from the chair and were about to go back to your bedroom to watch the long list of Korean dramas, but just then your mobile phone rang. You picked it up and giggled, seeing Jungkook calling you. Wine, so this angry man is now feeling bad now, you muttered to yourself before answering the call. Wine, why you call me now? If it is that, then I'm already cutting the call. You said, acting rude and slightly giggling to yourself. Jungkook, no, no, actually, I called you to inform you that there is a business meeting in the evening. So, all the successful businessmen are invited with their wives. I hope you will be ready in time. He said and paused as if he wanted to say something else too. You narrowed your eyes when you called me to inform me this. I was expecting that you called me to apologize for your earlier behavior. But no, you have no heart. You said in a disbelieving tone. Jungkook, if I say sorry, will you forgive me? No, right? Then why I waste those precious words? He said, chuckling by this, but this statement of him added a fuel to fire. Fine, fine. If you can't say sorry to your wife, then go and find for yourself. Jungkook, why and you know I don't like this kind of talks. I already have a wife. I don't need to find someone else. You get that? He said coldly. It will be better for you if you understand it at early stage, he said. You got startled hearing that. Why and see, you're in school. I won't talk to you anymore. You said and cut the call while sad pouting. Jungkook, why and listen. I didn't intend to scold you. He was about to speak further, but you had already cut the call. Jungkook, bravo. You already deserve her coldness. Why, it is so fun teasing you. You said to yourself. The maids looked at you shocked, giving them embarrassed smile. You ran upstairs to your bedroom. Time skip at 7 o'clock. Jungkook came home earlier today. There were a lot of chocolates and ice creams in his hands, and all of them were your favorite. He knew that after seeing your favorite snacks, you won't be remain angry with him anymore. He walked upstairs to your bedroom. His eyes widened while jaw dropped. The plastic bags in his hands dropped down. You looked at Jungkook and your cheeks turned red. You came back in the bedroom to see him still standing there frozen. You frowned looking at plastic bags on the floor. Why and what's that? You asked breaking the chain of his thoughts. Jungkook, oh these are your favorite chocolates and ice creams. He replied, picking them up from the floor and showing you one of your favorite chocolates. Your eyes widened. You quickly ran to him. You sat on the bed and started to eat them while making funny faces. Jungkook chuckled to himself looking at your cute face. Jungkook, what is this wine? Or wedding photos? Jungkook, who will believe that she is married? He said to himself. After a while, when he saw you wiping your face with the tissue paper, he smiled. Jungkook, so Princess, will you go with me at a business party now? He asked, and you started to think something else. Jungkook, if you agree going with me, I promise that I will get your favorite ice creams and chocolates daily. He started giggling as he knew you won't deny to this offer, and his thought became true when your eyes lit up. Fine, if you're insisting me that much, I will go. Just give me 10 minutes to get ready. Jungkook in mind. Mission successful. Jungkook, here take some time. I'm waiting for you outside in the car. He said and walked downstairs. You quickly fetched out a red gown and slipping into it, you did a shimmy makeup along with the red lipstick and grabbing your clutch, you walked downstairs to his car. Plumping on the driver's seat, you fastened the seatbelt and looked for Jungkook to start the car, who was already looking at you. Why are you not starting the car? You looked out the window. Time skip at business party. Hands in hands, you both enter inside the mansion. While he was having business talk with his friends, you started to walk towards the food corner as you were feeling hungry. You smiled brightly, seeing the variety of food in front of you. Grabbing the plate from the table, you started to overload it with a lot of food. While you were eating, you noticed someone. Man, hello gorgeous, my name is David. I saw you standing here alone and eating, so I thought to give you a company. He said, giving you a creepy smile. You looked at him shocked. Wine, thanks, but I don't need anyone's company. I'm happy with myself. You replied while chewing the food. David laughed. David, of course you need. You groaned before you could say something. You said someone came behind the man. Of course it was Jungkook. He held your hand and took you home. At home, you were sitting on the bed curled up while making a pot. Jungkook, why did you leave without informing me? You rolled your eyes while crossing your arms. Jungkook, why you cried now? Wine, because I was feeling hungry. You know I can't control my hunger, you said, looking at him with your innocent eyes. Jungkook, if you couldn't, you could just simply inform me. Wine, why? Why I need to inform you? No, I will never inform you. I will go wherever I want, whomever I go. You were blabbering out, but Jungkook cut you off. Jungkook, tell me, will you ever go somewhere without informing me? You smiled, looking at him. Jungkook, I need answer. You dramatically sighed, and looking into his eyes, you spoke. Wine, yes, I will go. Jungkook, oh, I see. Your eyes widened. Grabbing the pillow, you started to walk outside the room. Wine, there are a lot of rooms in the mansion. Jungkook, there will only be one room. He said and walked out the room. You walked behind him to see what he was gonna do. Jungkook, see all the rooms. You have no choice. Now let's go to our room, he said, smiling at you. You smiled back. Jungkook, nah, he said, smiling.